So thank you all very much. I want to thank our panelists on our last but certainly not least panel, Family Matters. One more time. Thank you so much. And for Jim, and I also want to take the opportunity to thank all of the moderators who did a wonderful job to make sure that we all had the chance to ask questions, and each of the panelists were allowed to not only give their own remarks, but then also to respond to some of the issues that we wanted to raise here as well. So thank you all for participating today. We're going to have the panel here hold just for a few minutes and make a few final remarks, and then we'll move on. So when Catholics for Choice, Call to Action, and Corpus came together, we thought it really was important for us to figure out some ways that we all, as a community, could talk about this moment in time. And before I move on to what's going to happen next, I thought we'd take a minute to reflect on the day. And I think it's been, from all intents and purposes, really a hugely successful day. And I thank all of you for your part in that. We looked at the reality and the hopes for the future of women in our church. We heard discuss the role, the challenges of women in our church in a historical context and a contemporary point of view with our first panel. We examined the lived experiences of women through a number of different lenses, perspectives on work, leadership, sexuality, our status, marriage, children, community. It's been a really, really, really rich day. And I think for me, one of the things that essentially was captured was two of the panelists. Chris Shank mentioned that we already have the female leadership here in the church that we need to have. We all have, and some of them here, and many in the room, are here already to do the work that we want to do and to make the change that we want to make. And Dan McGuire also mentioned that we have, through doctrine and through teaching, the authority to make the change that we want to see. So I think that, those two thoughts really helped for me crystallize the rallying cry that we've come here today to begin. Because certainly we don't expect that this is the end of the conversation. And in fact, we hope that it will not be. We work together, and today we're going to release a declaration to help start that conversation, and this being passed around. And I think that, again, what we hope is that this declaration names the problem that we all see regarding women in our church, but also looks to the future and seeks the change to make that change so. The Catholic community gathered here today and around the world online, because we have had a number of folks be watching throughout the day from both across the United States and around the world, in solidarity and in spirit. We came together to commit ourselves to write, to speak, to collaborate, to commune, to create a church that is equal for men and women, and where we all are seen, heard, consulted, and respected as the equals in the church that we believe we are meant to be. So I want to thank all of you for being here and for coming as far as many of you did. And I want to thank especially our co-sponsors, the American Catholic Council, Dignity USA, the Cote Center and Catholic Speaks, Future Church, NCAN, New Ways Ministry, Roman Catholic Women Priests, Rapport, and for Catholics for Choice, Call to Action, and Corpus. We thank you all so very much for being a part of this day, and we will look forward to the many other conversations that will be had by those here and around the world. So thank you so, so very much.